IVM.
Hey guys, welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast, and I hope all of you tuning in have heard of vision boards. In this episode, we've pulled the card V for Visualize Your Life. Well, I'm going to be sharing a process by which you can get started on creating your own vision board. So here's what I suggest. Keep a book and pen handy. Feel free to put this episode on pause to follow the instructions that I'm giving. But first, let me explain the magic of visualizing and vision boards. A vision for life is all about tapping into your subconscious to clearly see and experience your deepest and strongest desires. That's step 1. Step 2 is to understand what living this life you dream of will make you feel. It's aligning yourself to that emotion that tunes you into that appropriate frequency. Remember R for Raise Your Vibrations? That episode is available on the IVM app and website, so go back and give that a listen later. Step 3 is to give your conscious mind a powerful and consistent cue to latch onto. And that's where the actual vision board comes into play. In December 2016, I put my vision down on paper. I wrote me a story for my life. I then broke it down into a list of things I wanted to accomplish in 2017. So the larger life vision turned into a set of immediate goals. Mind you, accomplishing each goal was adding a piece to complete my larger life vision. One of the things I wrote in that list was to have my healing and coaching programs waitlisted. And what can I say? By March 2017, there was a waitlist for both my chakra healing as well as my positive action coaching programs. Did I make any special efforts? Well, in hindsight, I realized that I changed the way I was communicating about my programs. But at that time, this happened so subconsciously, it did not feel like any extra effort. All I remember is waking up and reading my Vision 2017 every single day. In early Jan 2017, I finally created a vision board on Pinterest. And one of the pictures I put to represent a desire of mine was to be a speaker. Again, in March, I was invited to the India Today Women's Achievers Awards to be part of a panel speaking on alternative healing. Well, I was stoked and I went and thoroughly enjoyed myself. But cut to April when I was helping a client create her vision board and I showed her my board. That was when she quickly opened Instagram and showed me the picture I had posted from the India Today event. There it was, me on a stage with a mic in my hand in a pose that was uncannily similar to the image I had pinned on my board to represent that desire of being a speaker. How did it happen? I have only one word for it: magic. Your vision board can be a list scribbled on paper or a board full of images. The key is for the mind to align itself to these desires. It has to be true in your head before it can translate into reality. Clarity, conviction, and consistency. Those are my 3 C's that bring about real change and support the process of creation. Vision boards are all about clarity and conviction. The actions that the subconscious mind will nudge your conscious self to take thereafter demands consistency. So are you ready to gain some clarity and hopefully move towards conviction? Well, grab that paper and pen and begin to write a story. The story of your life 10 years from now. Where do you see yourself? What are you doing? How are you living? What are you feeling? You need to go beyond the material aspects eventually. You could start with I'm the CEO of a multinational company, or I have a beautiful family with 2 kids. Go ahead and describe your house. Talk about how you get to work and back. What do you look like physically? Write about what an ideal day looks like. What do you feel like financially? Recognize what this life and version of you feels like. Is it strong, powerful, happy, successful? What are the words you'll use to describe you 10 years from now? This is where you put this episode on pause and get to doing some writing. Next, take a blank page and divide your life in 5 to 7 boxes or categories. For example, my life is divided into work, family, friends, love, aspirations, fitness. For some of us, the job we do is just that. Next, take a blank page and divide your life in 5 to 7 boxes or categories. For example, my life is divided into work, family, friends, love, aspirations, fitness. For some of us, the job we do is just that. Our careers may not be our calling or our biggest dream. That's okay. It could just be the means to making that dream come true. So make sure you have a box for that dream. Now, under each of these boxes, write 2 things you want to achieve or experience this year. Remember, these 2 things have to be a step in the direction of your vision for yourself. That story that you wrote earlier, who you are 10 years from now, well, it must be a stepping stone for you to become who you described yourself as 10 years from now. So take your time. For the next 1 week, after you have written these 2 points under each box, I want you to read this list every day. And every day ask yourself, do I still want all of this year? Has something changed or am I aligned to it? If your answer is yes, that's great. If you say no, figure out what needs to change. Once again, this is the time you put this on pause and go on and make those lists. After about a week, once your mind has wrapped itself around these ideas that you have put down on paper, spend some time to find at least 2 images for each of the items you put in each box. This you can then pin on a board on Pinterest or even a physical one in your office or home. You can also put it in a PPT if that's your thing, or just keep it all in a folder on your computer. Just make sure you go back to look at it every 2 to 3 days, if not every day, and change the images that need to. Because as time goes by, you'll realize that the image in your head for that aspiration is also evolving. Creating a vision board is not difficult. Staying true to it, staying aligned to it is where all the work lies. I hope you have lots of fun creating your own vision board now. Do leave me a message on Instagram telling me how this process worked for you. My handle is @PositivityAngel. Also, make sure you tune into the previous episodes on the IVM Podcast app and website. And if you want to work on these mindsets that I share week after week, get yourself a copy of the A to Z of Positive Action Deck and the Self-Help Journal available on my website, circleofpositivity.com. So until next Monday, dream on.
How aware do you think you are of your laws and rights? Do you look up to laws when you are caught up in situations? Do you know what your rights are when you're stuck somewhere bad? Well, here's a show that can help you move an inch closer to being aware of what your rights are. Tune into Know Your Qanoon with me, Amber Rana. This is a podcast meant to answer all your law-related queries. Catch Know Your Qanoon every week on the IVM website or the app or anywhere you get your podcast from.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.